All right. Hey, folks. Welcome. Today, I'm going to show you how to, in the Kubernetes slash website repository, how to sync the dev dash feature release with the main branch. This task is typically done by the Kubernetes release team, by those that part of the docs team. In the release team, we are syncing the dev branch, as we like to call it, with the main branch. And I'll go into a little more detail on that. So that's pretty much what we're going to do today, and we're going to in the k slash website or Kubernetes slash website repository. And this is we are currently in the 1.27 release cycle, so we're going to sync the dev-1.27 branch, sync it with the main branch, and we do that just to give some little background here. The Kubernetes slash website repository, the main branch is what's actually live on Kubernetes.io. Back when 1.26 was released in December 2022, it's currently February 2023. So back in December 2022, the docs team in for 1.26 on release day for 1.26, they created the dev-1.27 branch. So this branch was created, but of course there was continuous updates to the main branch. So we continually update the website. So we sync we do periodic syncs with the dev-1.27 branch with the main branch, so that on release day we don't have to go through several or many merge conflicts. So on 1.27 release day, which is targeted for April in 2023, we will not only merge dev-1.27 into the main branch, but before that, we'll create a new branch from the main branch called release-1.26. So we'll store the 1.26 branch using some git tags with the release-1.26 branch. Once dev-127 is merged into the main branch, the docs team will also create the next dev branch, which is dev-1.28. And so today we're going to do, and this is in the Kubernetes slash SIG release, release team, role handbooks, docs, and the release timeline here. So these are the steps we're going to do. I'm going to scroll down once again to go to the branch syncing or the maintaining of the dev branch instructions here. We're going to use, of course, my fork, and we're going to use my fork which is Ray Lahana slash website. And this is a fork from Kubernetes slash websites, which is here. As we see, and we have a dev-1.27. We see that it's many commits behind, so we're going to sync the main into dev-1.27. Part of this as well, so we actually have a pull request called the official 1.27 release docs. That's the title of it. This is a pull request to merge the dev-1.27 branch into the main branch. This will be done on release day for 1.27. There is a hold here, and that hold will be taken off on release day as well. As we see here, there is a label called needs rebase. So let's scroll down and see what that means. So we do see a merge conflict here. So we can't just merge. Merge this pull request because we have to resolve a merge conflict. Part of the docs task as well is to give the health of what we call this the integration branch. So because it needs a rebase, because there's a merge conflict, we call this unhealthy. So once we do a branch sync, this will resolve the merge conflict. So once that's done, this will no longer have the label needs rebase. It will be removed, and we'll then consider the branch healthy as well. Going back to the instructions, what we're going to do here, we're going to go step by step as well. We're going to clone my fork. So I'm going to get my fork here. Go back to instructions. Let me just put this down a little bit so easier to see for me. Git clone my fork. And this will take a few minutes as this is going through. Let's review some of the instructions here. Then we're going to add the upstream for Kubernetes slash website. And we're also going to add, make sure that we won't be able to, uh, to pull or to push into the upstream. So let's see if this is done here. Still downloading. All right. Let's go to websites. Do get remote dash v. See, I just have origin. So let's add in upstream. Actually, this instruction needs to be updated. So we just need to do just one. Looks like that step was already duplicated. So I do have upstream here as well. So just do get remote dash v. So we have upstream, we have origin. Origin is my fork. Upstream is the Kubernetes slash website repository here. So let's clear this up a little bit here. Let's go into the next step here. So we're going to fetch upstream main. And then let's do git. Let's fetch the upstream dev 127 branch. Now let's check out and check the dev upstream dev 1.27 branch. Check out track 1.27. All right, so next we're going to pull the fast forward only. All right, so it says here that we might have a merge conflict, and also has a link to how to resolve merge conflicts here. I have the page already open resolving a merge conflict here. So what we need to do is we need to take a look at both versions of the file, which we have a merge conflict with, and resolve it. And we already know from the integration branch, we do have a conflicting file with the feature gates page here, so we do expect that. So let's go to git merge upstream main. So we do have a merge conflict in their feature gates. So we will fix this conflict and then commit the result. So I already have that page open, and if you take a look here, where that conflict is, we see what's in main. We see what's the we see these two feature gates here, min domains in pod topology spread false beta 1.25. We see in 1.27 or in the dev dash 1.27, we see both 125 and 126. But we also see minimize IP tables restore false alpha 1.26, which we don't see in the dev dash 1.27 branch. So I actually want to have both of these changes. And we'll also take a look to see, make sure that that we do have both of these kept as well. Minimize IP tables restore alpha for 1.26. So let's go to, all right, accepted both. And 126. All right, we do have both. Want to make sure they're still alpha sorted here. So we have the changes in from the dev 127 branch here. We also have the changes in the dev in the main branch here as well. So let's save this. Go back to the instructions. Go back to the terminal here. So now we see in my terminal, I know there if I do a git status, I do need to commit this file here. So we could do that. So let's git add we could add this as well. So let's go to, before I do this, since we do have a merge conflict, I'm going to actually check out. I will check out into the next branch. I'm sorry, next branch that we're going to push into our origin. Or we could also do git merge continue, but if we actually do git add, let's git add. So following the steps here, git add and the file, check git status and git commits. Let's add a message. Merge conflicts. Branch sync. Into dev-1.27. Don't think we need to do this step, but we could. All right, so it's ready. Let's continue on to the create the branch, another branch from this that we will actually create the pull request from. Git checkout -b. We'll create a new branch. Merge main dev -1.27. We don't need to commit as stated here because when I created, or when we resolved the conflict, it already made that commit. But we could take a look, see. But we don't typically need to make another commit here since there's nothing to commit. So if we do try to make a commit here, we'll see that message, nothing to commit. So now let's push this into my fork origin. Remember that origin is actually my fork. Merge main dev 127. So that has pushed here. Next, we are going to, so there's a few steps here before making the pull requests here. We do need to make the PR against upstream dev-1.27 from our fork. So we do that. Here's example pull request here. Let's take a look here. See, the target is not kubernetes.main or colon main. It'll be the dev branch. So once we go back to my fork here, we see that we have recent pushes, so we can make a pull request here. So we do need to change the base to dev-1.27. Merge main into dev-1.27 branch. Again, you could always take a look at the example pull request. Look like there's no description, but I like to add a description here. This PR syncs 127. But backticks here. The dev-1.27. Oops. Branch up to dates. And here, and then we typically assign folks who are the part of the docs team, or CC folks that are part of the docs team. So I'm gonna do that as well. I'm gonna grab the GitHub handles for the docs team. And there you go. That is, once this pull request has been reviewed, and once it's merged into the dev-1.27 branch. As you see here, we have many commits from main that will now go into dev-127 branch. We should no longer see the needs rebase label on the integration branch. So I would also like to do here, I like to investigate any kind of failures as well. So these are some checks or not that were not successful. So I'll take a look at some of these. Let me do this in a new tab here. So we could see what this pull request is from. Do search for the commit. So I think it was in here. So this one looks like it's been merged. And that is 2280. And so this looks like the build failed, and there was another commit that triggered the build, and the build was successful. So now it looks like it did succeed. So I might investigate. I might add a comment here. I will add a comment here that to explain the error or the build failure. So we could take a look at that. Hold on, let's take a look at the message again. Some checks were not successful, so we could put something like and merge PR, and I'll put the link to the PR as well. And then the following commit for this is 98D7A04 triggered the build, and looks like that was successful. Trying to get that commit. All right, let's preview this to make sure it looks good, and comments. So that's it. Once this pull request has been reviewed and once it's merged, then the integration branch will be updated, since this pull request is into the dev-1.27 branch. In the official 1.27 pull request, which is the integration branch, we'll see this updated with more commits as well, and we should see it at a healthy state with this needs rebase label removed. Once again, thank you for your time. I hope you have learned how to sync the dev feature branch with the main branch in the Kubernetes/website repository. Thank you.